Yes, sir.
So what we discussed last class?
About
What we discussed? Remember or not? Just we introduction was done as last class.
Yes, sir. Introduction was done about casting and what is machine, somewhat
Yeah.
definitions discussed.
Yes, we discussed about whatever we are you have studied in your production technology, right? So production technology, you studied about casting, you study about forging, extrusion, nothing but we used to call it as a forming process. Also, you studied about welding, right? So those things we have seen last class. Why we discussed all those processes again? Because those are the production process, nothing but in production technology. So whatever the processes you learn, so those are the production processes, nothing but manufacturing process. So in that manufacturing process, last class we have seen broadly we can classify it into 4 different categories. In that first one is shaping or forming. So we're giving a kind of shape to the material. So in that again the 3 different types we have seen. So based upon the type of raw material it is available or it is using, not available, whatever the raw material we are using. If raw material we are using in the form of a liquid, so that process we calling it as a casting process, right? And similarly, if the raw material we are using in the solid form, so some metal, so heating some higher temperature and you are deforming or you are shaping the material, so it's called as a forming. Is my voice is audible?
yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay. So if something we are giving a shape in the solid form, so that process we calling it as a forming, or nothing but metal forming. So third category in forming or shaping, we are discussed about powder metallurgy. So in that raw material is in the form of a powder. So here shaping or forming process. So 3 different processes are there. In each category, you having a in the category of metal shaping and forming process, we having 3 different processes are there. So in that, if it is a liquid metal we are using as a raw material, it's calling it as a casting. If it is solid material using as a raw material, it's calling it as a forming. If it is a powder form, we can use to call it as a powder metallurgy, right? So that we have seen in the last class. And also second category of manufacturing process is nothing but joining process. Joining or also we can call it as a fabrication process,
Fabrication.
right? So where 2 different materials or 2 or more number of material we are joining together by using a technique called as a welding. So in addition to welding, there is other process also there, soldering, brazing, right? So these 3 processes are there, which used to call as a joining process. So this is second category of manufacturing process. So, right, we discussed these things. Recollect it. If you have forgotten, please recollect. Just I am giving a review as a recap. I am giving what we discussed in the last class, right? And third category of manufacturing process is material removing. So whatever the raw material is there, from that, what is the unwanted material we are removing, and whatever the wanted material, whatever the required material we are keeping. So that process we used to call as a machining, whichever is there in your slide now. So this we are not started last class. Machining process where we are removing the metal. So it's a metal removal or metal cutting. We used to also call it as a metal cutting. So don't confuse metal cutting. If somebody is calling it as a metal cutting, so it is nothing but a machining process. Third category of manufacturing process. Or material removal also. So what we are doing here, we are removing unwanted material and keeping the wanted material, right? So how we are doing by cutting, by removing. So that's why metal cutting, metal removing. So all this is the same process. It's called as a machining process. Third process, which is you're going to study in your this subject. And in addition to this third, there is a fourth process also there. So regenerative manufacturing process. It's also called as a additive manufacturing process, right? So these 4 processes we discussed last class. And also we discussed some more things in last class. So what are the things? We started we started machining. So we discussed this. Maybe I'm going back to some slides. So these things were discussed, right? So cutting. So how will take how will you eat apple that we discussed last class? So you're using using a cutting tool called as a knife. Same thing. In this course, we're going to learn the same thing only. So in home, you're cutting apple, or maybe you're cutting your mother is cutting vegetables. So here we are cutting a material. So here we are cutting engineering material. So how to cut this engineering material, how to get the required shape, So those things you're going to learn. So this is not much difficult. It is very simple thing is there, right? तो घर में तरकारी काटते हैं, घर में फ्रूट्स काटते हैं ना, वही सीखना है यहाँ पर, दूसरा कुछ नया कुछ भी नहीं है इसमें, राइट? वहां पर घर में तरकारी कैसा काटना, फ्रूट्स कैसा काटना कोई सिखा है?
हाँ नहीं सर, सीख लिया, खुद ही सीख
लिए, राइट? क्योंकि वो सिंपल है, वो सिंपल रहने की वजह से आप लोग किसी को सिखाने की जरूरत नहीं है, राइट? तो ये क्या है, वो थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है, मेटल है और उसको स्पेशल शेप में देना रहता। और एप्पल काट रहे हो तो आप मर्जी जैसा भी काट लो, आप छोटा काटो, बड़ा काटो, आप स्क्वायर में काटो, सर्कल में काटो, आपकी मर्जी, राइट? कोई कुछ पूछते नहीं, बस फाइनली खाना है, राइट? इसलिए उसके उसमें ज्यादा साइंटिफिक नॉलेज की जरूरत नहीं है और उसके बारे में ज्यादा प्लानिंग, ज्यादा डिजाइनिंग की जरूरत नहीं है। But here, whatever engineering material we are using, for this we need to give a particular shape, right? For example, you need to manufacture a automobile body, chassis banana hai. So chassis you cannot make like whatever shape you want, right? So you need to make a standard shape. So standard shape, why? So why standard shape? Because finally you need to make an object. So what is the object? Automobile body, automobile whatever is there, whether it's a car or with a bike, it has to have some standard shape. तो जैसे बने वैसे कार नहीं बना सकते ना। सो कुछ जिस तरीके से स्क्वायर शेप में या फिर रेक्टेंगल शेप में या ट्रेपेजियन शेप में कार बना सकते कार वैसा उस शेप में?
नहीं सर,
नहीं बना सकते, राइट? क्यों नहीं बना सकते? अब कुछ नए आजकल देखो, डिफरेंट थिंग्स आर कमिंग इन डिफरेंट डिजाइन। अगर आप इवन आपका पेन ले लो, तो इवन पेन भी देखो डिफरेंट डिजाइनों में आ रहे पेना, कोई स्क्वायर में भी आ रहे आजकल पेना, इवन ट्रायंगल में आ रहे पेना, राइट? So different pens are coming. So even in that you can give different shapes. But when you are giving a particular shape or particular thing, there is lot of physics involving behind that. अगर simple pen ले लो आप, so pen whatever the shape you are giving pen normally कैसा रहता, सर्कल शेप में ही रहता है बस मोस्टली, कभी कभी स्क्वायर शेप में या फिर रेक्टेंगल शेप में, कभी कभी बहुत रेयर पेन मिलते। Why is pens is only square shape, circular shape? Why not square? Why not rectangular? Why not triangle? सोचिए कभी आप।
Because circular shape is the standard shape.
Yes, circular shape is standard. Fine. Why circular shape only standard? Why not? You can make it as a different standard shape. A triangular shape you can make it as a standard.
From beginning it is standard on circular only. Nowadays they are coming in square shape, rectangle shape. How it will become standard in these many days?
Okay, so standardization is required sometime, right? Okay, I agree with you. Yes, of course, required. But most important thing when you're designing something, I told you, there is a physics involving behind that. Nothing but whatever your engineering mechanics, whatever the mechanics of solids, whatever the design of machine member you're learning, you're studying, there you can see, you can give some standard shape based upon its applications. We cannot give whatever the shape we want. So pens, even square shape pens are coming, but very rare. Triangular pens also I have seen. So maybe that is only for showing or maybe some kind of luxury purpose we are using. Everybody please mute whenever you're talking.
365.
Unmute and after that please mute. Right? So please listen carefully. So whatever the design we are giving, so the design is based upon our engineering mechanics and mechanics of solids, or design of machine member. So whatever the designs are best to suit for that particular application. If you see in pen of, example of pen, if in place of circle, for whatever we have in cylinder or circular, if it is a triangular shape, just you see circular pen, you can write it, and triangular pen also you can write it. अगर आप लिखना देखेंगे तो ट्रायंगुलर प्लेन या फिर रेक्टेंगल स्क्वायर पेन में कंटिन्यूसली नहीं लिख सकते आप। तो मे बी आप एक 10 मिनट आधा घंटा और मैक्सिमम ज्यादा एफर्ट लगेगा तो 1 घंटे तक लिखते, उसके बाद में योर फिंगर स्टार्ट पेनिंग। तो जो उंगलियां हैं वो उसको होल्ड इवन होल्ड करे हुए तो जो स्ट्रेसेस आता पेन पे वो अनइवन स्ट्रेसेस आता, उसकी वजह से आप ज्यादा देर पेन को होल्ड नहीं कर सकते। ट्रायंगल और स्क्वायर का रहे तो, वो सर्कल रहे तो क्या, बिकॉज इट्स स्ट्रेसेस कमिंग यूनिफॉर्मली। So as per, क्योंकि जब आप डिजाइन करेंगे, डिजाइन ऑफ मशीन मेंबर, these things you're learning, and also in production technology, in special machine tools also you need to learn this. When you're designing a shape, so this shape has to be make a comfort to the users or maybe operator. जब मशीन कुछ डिजाइन करेंगे आप या फिर कुछ प्रोडक्ट डिजाइन करेंगे, सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग है जो उसको ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं, जो उसको यूज कर रहे हैं, उसको कंफर्ट जरूरी है। दैट वी यूज्ड टू कॉल एज एर्गोनॉमिक्स। अदनान हुसैन प्लीज म्यूट करिए आप। अदनान, everybody please mute your mics. If you want to answer the question, please unmute and ask us. Once your answer is done, please mute again. क्योंकि आप अनम्यूट रखे तो क्या है, बाजू से मे भी आप घर में हैं, आप लोग आप क्लास में नहीं है, तो बाजू से कुछ अनवांटेड नॉइस आने के चांसेस है, राइट? मम्मी घर में किचन में कुछ कुकर में रखे होंगे, सीटी आती रही थी, अब सीटी पूरी आप क्लास के स्टूडेंट को सबको सुनाना पड़ेगा, इसलिए प्लीज बेटर टू बी कीप इट म्यूट ऑलवेज. इफ यू वांट टू टॉक समथिंग देन यू कैन अनम्यूट एंड टॉक. एक बार आपका हो गया, बोलने का हो गया, तो प्लीज अगेन यू कैन म्यूट इट. सो ये इंटेंशनली, इट्स नॉट योर फॉल्ट. तो ये अपने घर में है, हम घर में है, तो ऐसे होते रहते. इवन अगर कुछ सामने गाड़ी वाले आके हारन बजा रहे, तो क्लास वाले सब आपका हारन, आपके घर के सामने जो बज रहा ना हारन, वो सब लोग सुनते. तो प्लीज ट्राई टू अवॉइड दिस, मेक इट म्यूट. वी आर नॉट म्यूटिंग स्टूडेंट्स, फोर्स म्यूटिंग वी आर नॉट डूइंग, क्योंकि हमारा हमेशा क्लास इंटरैक्टिव सेशन रहेगा. तो मैं मेरे क्लास में नहीं, दूसरे क्लास में भी म्यूट नहीं करेंगे. तो whenever you want, you can unmute and you can talk. So right, we can come back. So these things, you know, when you're producing something, when you're doing something, so you're going to learn in your design of machine member, or maybe in future production planning and control, you can going to learn these things. So whenever you're designing a thing, so we need to design a standard shape. We need to design a standard. So if you're not making standard, if you want to make some other design, it's good because they're looking good. अट्रैक्शन अच्छा है आपको, क्योंकि आप सर्कल के प्लेस में, आप स्क्वायर के प्लेस, रेगुलर पेन के प्लेस में आप कुछ दूसरा नया करें आप. इट्स वेरी गुड. इवन पीपल, इफ इट इज गुड, पीपल विल एक्सेप्ट. देखने में अच्छा है, टाइम बिंग पीपल एक्सेप्ट कर लेते. बट ऑन द रन फ्यूचर में, जब व्हेन यू आर गोइंग ऑन यूजिंग दिस थिंग, इफ इट इज नॉट कंफर्टेबल फॉर द ऑपरेटर और फॉर द यूजर, आप जब पेन लिख रहे हैं, आप एग्जाम में 3 घंटे लिखना रहता है एग्जाम में, राइट? और घर में बैठ के आप क्लास में कॉलेज को आए, तो सुबह में 9:30 से 9:30 बजे कॉलेज शुरू हुआ तो 1 बजे तक, राइट? कंटिन्यूअसली सर आते रहते, दूसरे सर आते, जिस 5-10 मिनट का ब्रेक मिलता. मींस यू आर कंटिन्यूअसली राइटिंग समथिंग, यू आर कंटिन्यूअसली नोटिंग डाउन समथिंग. So in that case, if this kind of shape is coming, it's not comfortable for writing. So वो एक main reason है. जो भी आप object you're seeing in our day-to-day life, whether it is a ball pen, whether it is a knife, whatever things, even your automobile, your bike, everything having shape because of comfort level, that we used to call it the ergonomics. And second is the design factors. For example, car ले लो, तो car or bike, whatever things are there, they need to design in aerodynamics design चाहिए कि हर एक को. Because whenever the vehicle is moving on the road, so there is a resistance force is coming in the form of air. अगर वो aerodynamic shape में नहीं है, तो your vehicle is not moving very fast, one thing. And next thing, it having that aerodynamic forces which is acting on your vehicle, it's applying a lot of force against your vehicle. Then what you used to have, you need to apply more force to move your vehicle to be forward. So in that case, your fuel consumption will be increased. So ये एक reason है. aerodynamic shape के अलावा दूसरा shape normally automobiles is not following. अलबत्ता aerodynamic shape में different kind of shapes are there. Somebody having some parabolic shape, somebody having some elliptical shape, different kind of shapes that they used to use. But every shape, whatever the shape is there, everything is aerodynamic shape only. So without aerodynamic shape, it's not good for the design. ऐसा नहीं कि गाड़ी नहीं चलती, गाड़ी तो चलेंगी, बट गाड़ी में फ्यूल कंजम्पशन ज्यादा हो जाएगा, क्योंकि आप गाड़ी में जो फोर्स लगा रहे हैं, ज्यादा फोर्स लगाना पड़ता. So in production technology or in machine tool, please remember whatever the design is coming, whatever the design is designing in the design of machine member, as well as whatever the design you are manufacturing in production technology. So this used to have some specific physical principles or ergonomic principles. Based upon that only their designs used to follow. That is the one thing. And दूसरा और एक complications क्या रहता, sometimes they need to design some specific shape, but unfortunately as a manufacturer, because we are studying that only in this our machining process, we are not able to manufacture that one. So if you have, just assume there is some kind of critical shapes are there, critical grooves are there in the object. So in that case, the critical grooves we cannot manufacture. So when a designer is designing, so whatever the design of machine member you're studying, so you're studying mostly based upon the ergonomic structure, based upon your hydrodynamic forces, as well as the deformation forces, whatever stresses, whatever is coming in that particular object, right? So in addition to that, 4 more important thing is there. So design for manufacturing, that is also one of the important aspect in designing. That is maybe in DMM 1 maybe it is not there, but in DMM 2 maybe you're going to learn those things. So come back. So why we are discussing all these things? You see, we are talking about knife. So knife having some particular shape. So in that shape, if it is there, then only the knife can cut and it is comfortable for you to use. And similarly, that is for Apple. So the same thing we are applicable for our engineering material. So engineering material maybe already you studied. So what is engineering material? So engineering material maybe you studied in your You studied in your MMS, right? Metallurgy and Material Science. So you studied three different kind of materials there. One is metal, and then polymers, and then ceramics. So these three different kind of materials you are studied in your MMS. So here in this subject, we are discussing about the metals. We are not discussing about plastics. We are not discussing about polymers. So in your MMS, maybe you studied 70% of engineering components, which is made by metals only. So remaining 30% only, plastics or maybe ceramics, whatever we are using, that's only 30%, or maybe even less than 30%. So previously it was 90% metal, but recently a lot of composite materials are developing, a lot of new inventions are coming in the material, a lot of plastics are coming. So advanced plastic material is coming. So these materials are gradually replacing metal because of a lot of other factors. That's why almost even now also almost 70 to 75% of engineering materials, whatever the materials we are using in engineering object. So all these things are metal. So in this course, we are learning about the machining of metals. We are not learning about machining of other. Maybe briefly we can discuss somewhere, but as such, it's only metal cutting. So whatever we are discussing in this cutting, we are discussing only for metal cutting. So other things we are not going to discuss in this initial 3 chapters of your subject. So now come back. So machining. So last class just we started, right? Third category of manufacturing process called material removal or metal cutting, also called as a machining. Because this metal cutting or material removal is performing on a machine. So normally whatever we are using, it's called as a machine. That's why this process we used to call it as a machining process. So in this terminology, if you see even whatever the knife you're using, so whatever the hacksaw you're using in your workshop, so all these things we can call it as a machine. Right? So normally in our prospects, machine is something which is driven by power. Yes, exactly. So machine tool is something which is driven by power, driven by electricity. So if something we are driven by manual, also we can call it as a machine, but most of the cases we used to call machine something which is driven by power. So very less machines are there which is manually can also operate. So here coming to our today's chapter, so machining. So machining is the process of manufacturing something. So manufacturing a component by removing the unwanted material from a starting work. So here starting work means it's raw material. So or nothing but we used to call it as a workpiece. Because in your textbook it is mentioning as a starting work. That's why I kept it the same word. So textbook something, I am teaching something, maybe it will confuse you. That's why I'm putting. Starting work means something which is the raw material, whichever you are taken. So in your carpentry, when you are making an object, initially you taken some kind of rectangular blocks of wood, right? So that rectangular block of wood you are cut into required shape, right? So this whatever the initial material you are taking, that material we are calling it as a starting work, or nothing but we used to call it as a workpiece, right? Using the workpiece by removing the material, unwanted material is removing, and whatever the material is remaining, the remaining part has to be a desired geometry. So whatever the desired geometry is required, so that we are going to give in that workpiece. So what we are doing in machining, we are taking a big lump of material. In that lump of material, we are removing the unwanted material and keeping the wanted material. So that wanted material, whatever is there, to that we are giving some kind of shape. There may be a circular shape, or a rectangular shape, or maybe some kind of square shape, a triangular shape, some kind of shape we are giving. So machining is a process of manufacturing component by removing unwanted material from starting work. The remaining part, actually comma is there, after that it's just extension of this definition. The remaining part has a desired geometry. So after removing unwanted materials, whatever the wanted material is there, so that is called your workpiece. So normally if you take the traditional process, so traditional machining process, material removal by a sharp cutting tool. So like whatever we used to use knife, right? In our home, that's also knife also a sharp cutting tool, it having a sharp edge. So example, if you take in the machining, so if you take the machining example is maybe 2 pictures are there in your in this slide. So one is the removing the material from a flat surface, and second one removing a material from a circular surface. So first one, whatever is there. So if you take this one, so if you take this is nothing but flat surface. From flat surface, we are removing the material. So this process we used to call as a milling process. It's a milling machine. Whereas here circular, in circle you're removing the material. This used to call as a turning, or nothing but lathe. This you're done in your carpentry, right? Wood turning lathe. In wood turning lathe, what you have done? You kept the material in between the two moving jars. We used to call it as a jar. when it's moving, so you're introducing some kind of cutting tool. When you're introducing some type of cutting tool, you're generating some kind of circular objects. So normally lathe we used to make a circular object. Most 95% we used to make a circular object, but in some special cases we used to make some flat surface also we can manufacture. But that is very rare cases we used to use. So in addition to this conventional manufacturing machine tool, whatever the solid tool you have, in addition to that you have to use some other kind of tools also used sometimes. So those things is called as a abrasive process. In abrasive process, what we used to use, we're not using a cutting tool which having a sharp edge like knife or maybe like a tool or like a chisel, whichever you use in your carpentry. Instead of that, we are using some kind of particles or nothing but some kind of grains, small grains we are using. So those small grains or small particles we used to call as a abrasives, right? So small size of the particle we used to call as a abrasives. So those process used to call as a abrasive process. So in this picture, maybe you can see in first one, so first top picture, this picture. So whatever the grains are there, so these grains are nothing but abrasive particles. So abrasive grains that is very small in size, 1 mm or maybe less than 1 mm size is there. So actually this whichever is there, whatever the process you're seeing this, so this process is a grinding process actually. So grinding process, in this grinding, you can see there is a wheel is there. So wheel is rotating. Against this rotating wheel, we are just machining our cutting tool. So whatever the cutting tool edge is there, if edge is blunt, so maybe you see in the technician or the operator used to take on the grinding wheel and it is to sharpen it. So actually grinding wheel is not a completely solid like your cutting tool. So actually grinding wheel is made of this kind of abrasive particles. You see, so microscopically when we magnifying this, so each having this kind of grains are bonded together on the wheel of grinding wheel. So this kind of process used to call as a abrasive process. So here cutting tool is not a solid tool. It is like a grains or nothing but like a small particles, like your sand particles. रेती के जो छोटे जर्रे रहते, उस जर्रों के जैसे रहते कटिंग जो एडजस्ट, तो वो जर्रे जो रेती है उसको हम एक जगह बॉन्ड करके उसको एक व्हील का शक्ल में देते. So that wheel we used to call as a grinding wheel. So these things we can learn when we're discussing about grinding process. So in addition to grinding process, there is other process also there, like lapping or maybe honing. So in those processes also, we are not using a cutting tool like our knife or like our lathe tool, whatever we are using. Instead of that, we are using a small grains or small abrasive particles we are using. So those kind of machining process used to call as abrasive process. And third, the next manufacturing or machining process is non-traditional process. In previous two processes, whether it is a cutting by a cutting edge like your knife or maybe like lathe tool or abrasive particles, but even some cases you don't have any kind of abrasive particles also. We cannot see by naked eye. So whatever the cutting tool we are using, that we cannot see. So those kind of manufacturing process is called as a non-traditional or unconventional manufacturing process. Last class, I think I've discussed about unconventional manufacturing process. So like laser jet machining or electron beam machining. So in this we are using a laser as a cutting tool. In electron beam, we are using a beam of electrons as a cutting tool. So if you see the beam of electron or maybe laser beam, it don't have a solid phase. It's not in solid, right? It's not a solid. Laser is not a solid. It's like a ray of electric charge. Laser. What is meant by laser?
Light amplification, stimulated emission, radiation.
Yes, light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation, right? So in that we used to have a very fine and very energetic light beam will be there. So light is nothing but electromagnetic wave. A electromagnetic wave is there which having very high energy. So this energy, wherever it is touching the surface, so this energy is converting into heat energy and localized its heating, right? So this wherever we are using something where we are not using any kind of cutting edges or cutting abrasives, we are using something which is not have any solid kind of phase. So those manufacturing processes used to called as a non-traditional or unconventional manufacturing process. So these unconventional manufacturing process we are not studying. We are studying only abrasive processes in this machine tool, and also we are studying about the edges, the solid particle with a traditional process as well as abrasive process. We're going to study in this class, in this subject, And next subject, next semester, you are going to learn about unconventional manufacturing process and unconventional machining process. UCMP used to call. So in that subject, you are studying about this laser machining, electron machining. So all these things you're going to learn in that. So I hope everybody noting down this, whatever the points are coming in your slide. If you want, I will give you a 2 minutes time to note down this. If not, I will go forward. Right?
Sir, one previous slide, sir. Previous one.
Okay, please note down. I'm giving you 1 minute time. Meanwhile, I will take some water.
Sir, we are taking screenshot, sir. You can, we will note it by afterwards.
You see,
You please
yeah,
continue,
fine.
sir.
If it is there, that's better. But I suggest you, even after taking the screenshot, please note down in your class, in your notes. You keep a note, and even if you want to save the time now, you can share the screenshot. But later on, that screenshot, because screenshot is not available in the mobile very long. When you are after 3 months or 4 months before your exams, if you are putting something is happened. If you refresh your mobile, maybe possibilities are there. Normally 6 महीने से पुराना डेटा कुछ भी रहा तो डिलीट कर देता ऑटोमेटिकली. थोड़े सॉफ्टवेयर है तो स्क्रीनशॉट पे डिपेंड मत करो. स्क्रीनशॉट ले भी लिए तो बाद में प्लीज नोट डाउन दिस व्हाटएवर द मैटर्स आर देयर इन दिस. And I told you, I'm not going to share these slides with you. Right, so I'm going for next slide.
Show me the Muslim slide, sir.
Okay, before this slide, this one. So please note down.
No, sir. Next slide.
Next slide. Okay, ठीक.
Yeah, sir. This one.
Okay, please note down. Images you don't draw. Pictures I'm just giving you for your reference. जो matter है ना, matter लिख लो. कहीं images रहे, आपको अगर draw करना है तो मैं बोलूँगा. Otherwise you don't draw those images.
Sir, can you zoom out a little bit?
No, you can zoom it from your side. From my side, I cannot zoom. You can, if you are having your mobile, you can zoom it. आप normal zoom कर ले सकते हैं. Touch करो screen को, touch करके enlarge करो, automatically zoom होता हो.
Sir, thank you.
So if something is not visible, you want to zoom, that option is there in your mobile. You can zoom it. Wherever portion is not visible, you can zoom.
सर ये थ्योरी क्लास है नहीं प्रॉब्लमेटिक है सर ये
Problematic कम है इसमें, theory ज़्यादा है.
जी सर ठीक है सर.
Maybe 10 to 15% may be problematic. Remaining all thing theory only. Concepts are important. But in this problematic नहीं है. But आपको अगर एग्जाम में देखा गया तो बहुत सारे डायग्राम्स, पिक्चर्स, इमेजेस पूछेंगे. अब जैसे just laser beam machining है. So you need to draw this kind of circuit when we are asking. But not in this subject. So similar subject जो आएगा. इसमें आप maybe this kind of draw pictures, simple pictures you need to draw. So always remember, in machine tool, whatever the questions are coming in your exam, whether it is a mid exam or final exam, please, if it is a big question, if it is 5 marks or maybe more marks, please try to draw a rough sketch or try to draw a neat sketch, and then you can explain. Then the possibility of getting marks is higher for you. 10 mark का question है, आपके बारे में भी पूछेंगे, what is grinding or what is metal cutting. Your keep on writing is good. In addition to writing, if you show some kind of images, that's always give you good marks. तो इसलिए drawing भी practice करिए इसमें आप. Right? We can go for next slide.
Yeah, sure sir.
Okay.
Sure, sir.
Yes, my main intention is I can keep on telling to you something. If you're not going in your mind, there is no use. और मैं पूरा एक चैप्टर कंप्लीट कर दे रहा हूँ ये 2 घंटे 3 घंटे 4 घंटे में, बट आप लोगों को समझ में नहीं आ रहा तो वो फायदा नहीं है. So even we can spend 10 hours in one chapter. If you understand, that will be better. अगर आपको कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा तो पूछिए. तो why I am asking always, this is my usual practice. Even my class में जब लेता हूँ मैं, so I used to put in the, मैं बोला ना ये subject normally I used to take on the slides only. So in slides also I used to give to time to the students to note down. So when I am telling you something to you, please listen and focus to me so that it will be understand. After that, if you're feeling something comfortable, you can note down. You can note down. Otherwise, at the end, I will not giving you much long time. 2 से 3 minute का time दूंगा मैं आपको to note down every slide. So fine. So now, so machining. I hope now you are clear what is machining. So machining is nothing but removing unwanted material. Right? So why machining is important? So why we need to study this? What is the advantages of machining process? So most important advantage of machining process in this third category of manufacturing process is it having very good dimensional accuracy and surface finish. So among all the process, whatever the process you have studied, whether it is a casting, whether it is a forging, whether it is extrusion, whether it is a welding, whether it is a soldering, so you don't have the good surface finish. right? So if you to see the casting process, after casting, your surface is not smooth. So for make a smooth, after casting, you need to bring onto the cutting machine, whether it's a lathe machine or milling machine. You need to cut the surface. So a small layer of the material you need to remove so that you will get a good surface finish. So using this machining process, you are producing a component which having very good surface finish. It's not possible by any other process. And also dimensional accuracy. So sometimes we need to have exact size of the dimension, right? So we used to have some kind of nut and bolts are there, right? So a nut has to drive on a bolt. It has to have some standard size. So 6 mm bolt, 6 mm nut is driving only on the 6 mm bolt. ऐसा नहीं कि 6 mm bolt को आप लेके 8 mm में या फिर 4 mm में आप drive करेंगे तो it's not going. So when this kind of when your two intersecting parts are there, so in the intersecting parts you need to maintain a proper dimensions are required. 6 mm का bolt बोल तो 6 mm का ही होना है. 6 mm से maybe as per its manufacturing tolerance limit, maybe you can have plus or minus 0.1 mm or maybe 0.2 mm. So not more than that. So more than that difference is not possible. If it is difference is coming more. अगर 6 mm के बोल्ट में आप अगर 7 mm का नट अगर चढ़ाना चाह रहे तो it's not possible to go. It is very loose, just simple move सामने पीछे मूव हो जाता. वो अगर 6 mm के बोल्ट पे आप 5 mm का नट चढ़ा रहे या फिर 4 mm का नट चढ़ा रहे तो जाता भी नहीं हो, right? It's not able to go. So we need to make an object which is saying very accurate. So as per the dimension it has to be there. So that exact dimension can be possible to make on this machining process only. Whether in casting or forming, exact dimensions are very difficult. So that's why what we used to do after casting process or after forming process or after your rolling or forging process, again it has to bring on the lathe machine or again it has to bring on the milling machine, and it is to do some kind of cutting again it's required to make exact dimension. That's why if you see in your casting process, you used to provide on pattern, you used to provide some kind of allowances, right? You used to provide some kind of allowances, provide or not? So how many kind of allowances you used to provide on pattern? So anybody can answer. So how many kinds of allowances is providing? So when you're talking about pattern design, तो आपके casting में पहले जो पढ़े थे आप लोग pattern design पढ़े थे. तो pattern design में एक important aspect एक है जिसमें we need to provide allowances on the pattern. So how many allowances you are providing?
सर ड्राफ्ट अलाउंस बोल के एक था सर, याद है वो एक.
कितनी allowance याद है?
थे सर, अभी याद नहीं आ रहा.
Shrinkage allowance.
Okay, I'll recollect you. पूरे पांच रहते कि हाथ में कितने उंगलियां हैं? 5 उंगलियां हैं. So basically आप देखा गया तो every pattern used to give this 5 allowances has to give. So in that first जो आप बोले आप याद है draft allowance first one, second allowance क्या है? Shrinkage allowance. Very good. Shrinkage allowance है. उसके बाद
tearing allowance,
Machining allowance.
distortion allowance and then machining allowance. Any other allowance? 5 allowance. 5 allowance.
Taper allowance.
Taper allowance, nothing but draft allowance. So draft allowance, these are the 5 allowance. जिसमें सबसे important allowance जो है ना, वो आप लोग फोर्थ वाले से कौन सा allowance है वो?
Machining allowance.
Machining allowance, right? So वहाँ पर already in casting you are providing a machining allowance. Why we are providing machining allowance? Because we know after casting whatever the dimension we are going to get and whatever the surface finish we are going to get, it is not very much accurate or not very
differ.
Yes,
differ करता सर.
Yes, अगर आप 10 mm लेना बनाना 10 mm का कुछ ऑब्जेक्ट बनाना है तो हम उसको कम से कम 10.5 या फिर 11 mm देना है. रफली बोल रहा हूँ मैं. कहीं 10.2 भी देते, 10.2 देते, ज्यादा मतलब 10.1 mm तक नहीं देते, कहीं 0.2 देते, कहीं 0.1 देते, कहीं 1 mm देते. क्यों देते? कि हमें मालूम है ये हम 10 mm 11 mm बनने के बाद उसका सरफेस फिनिश एग्जैक्ट सेम नहीं आता और उसका डायमेंशन भी एग्जैक्ट 10 mm 11 mm आप डिजाइन भी करें तो फाइनली कास्टिंग होने के बाद स्टिंक होने के बाद वो 10.8 mm हो जाता हो या फिर 10.7 mm हो जाता. इसलिए you need to provide some kind of allowances on that, right? So in that one of the allowances machining allowance, क्योंकि आपको मालूम है डायमेंशन एग्जैक्ट नहीं रहता. आप 10 mm का ऑलरेडी 11 mm दे दिए बना दिए बट 11 mm श्रिंकेज होने का तो 10.5 10.4 समवेयर आता. तो उसको वो 0.5 mm कट करने के लिए उसको एग्जैक्टली 10 mm बनाने के लिए आपको मशीनिंग जरूरी है. उसके लिए आप मशीनिंग अलाउंस दे रहे हो. प्लस आपको मालूम है सरफेस फिनिश कास्टिंग के बाद सरफेस फिनिश अच्छी नहीं रहती बिकॉज यू आर मेकिंग एन ऑब्जेक्ट इन ए सैंड मोल्ड, राइट? अगर सैंड देखे तो सैंड में आपको मालूम है आप कितना भी रैमिंग करो तो ऑलवेज देयर इज स्मॉल माइक्रोन लेवल गैप्स आर ऑलवेज बी प्रेजेंट इन सैंड. because sand is made of particles. The particles is bonding together, then we are making. So some kind of things is there. So that's why your surface is very. It's not possible to make very smooth surface in casting. So that's why we are providing some kind of machining allowance. So here, एक बार casting होने का तो we need to do the machining, right? अगर machining नहीं करे तो आपको जो allowance दिए तो already dimension ज़्यादा है, right? अब 10 mm चाहिए, but आपको dimension ज़्यादा देके करके वो करके आप 10.5 बनाए, तो उसको 0.5 mm कम करना है, plus उसको surface smooth बनाना है. उसके लिए casting के बाद 75 to 80% of the object we are bringing on the machine. So whether it's a lathe machine, milling machine, or maybe shaping machine, wherever the machine is there, we need to bring on the machine and we need to remove that excess material and we need to make smooth the surface. So machining is important. That's why. So dimensional accuracy and surface finish के लिए machining important है. Machining से ही होता हो. तो बाकी किसी process से इतना surface accuracy, इतना surface finish, इतना dimensional accuracy is not possible. So wherever dimensional accuracy is required, there we need to do this machining process. Second important or second advantage I can say. So second important thing for this machining process is variety of shapes you can manufacture. So इसमें क्या है? आप just whatever the cutting tool is there, cutting tool maybe you can move it in that particular position and you can cut it. Especially after coming to be this computer control manufacturing process, CNC machines जब से आए, computer numerical control machines जब से आए, you can control the tool path in any complicated shape. So any complicated shapes, any kind of different shapes you can manufacture using this machining process. Whereas in other processes, it's not possible. So variety of work material can be machined. Most frequently used different cutting materials also we can use, and variety of parts, shapes, variety of materials we can cut, as well as variety of shapes. Special geometric features can be possible to manufacture on this. Especially if you see here, screw threads. Just now I told you, whatever the screws and bolt or on nut, whatever the screw threads are there. So these screw threads are not possible to manufacture. Everybody pay attention. So whatever the typical shape of screw thread is not possible by casting. Remember that. So casting, even though by using core you are making a hole, but after making a hole you need to make a threads by machining only. It's not possible to make by any other process, right? So screw threading. So similarly, accurate round holes, whatever the holes you are making in your casting using a core, but you are getting a rough holes only. To make this very accurate and exact dimension, you need to have a machining process. You need to have a drill, or you need to have a bore that hole. So that maybe we can discuss when we are discussing about drilling machine. And very straight edges and surfaces. So straight edges, flat surface जो आप देख रहे हैं, maybe in your workshop, maybe you can see there is a flat surface is there. Your fitting हो जाती थी, fitting होने के बाद maybe you can keep that in the surface plate and use to check. So those kind of flat, very smooth surfaces is not possible to make by any other process. That can be possible only by machining. So these are the few advantages, are nothing but importance of machining process. Because of this, we used to do machining on almost all components, almost all types of parts. Every advantage is always associated with some disadvantage. So हमेशा advantages के साथ में disadvantages भी रहते. So that's only we having this kind of variety of manufacturing processes are there. So machining manufacturing process is not there, right? Already you studied casting, forming, other manufacturing processes are studied. So why that manufacturing process are required? Because this existing process, obviously a lot of advantages are there. So in addition to advantages, we used to have some disadvantages, some limitations are there. So because of that limitation only, we need to think about other manufacturing process. अगर हर process में याद रखो आपको advantages भी है, disadvantages भी है. अगर advantages ही है, disadvantages नहीं है, so only one process is sufficient for us. We need not want to think about other process, right? So disadvantages. What is the disadvantages of machining? So that we can go for casting, or we can go for metal forming. These here, so vast full of material. So because what is the machining? We removing unwanted material. So whatever the unwanted material we are removing is nothing but waste only, right? So wastage of material is more in this process, in this machining process compared with any other process. Even for casting also, we used to have small material wastage is there. In farming also, we used to have small material wastage there. Material waste is there. But here, material wastage is higher. So in the form of chips generated in the machining are vast materials only. So whatever the chips we are making, and whatever the chips you are made, or whatever the layers you have created during your carpentry, those things are all waste only, right? So in that you are wasting the material. So here wastage of the material is higher. So this is one of the disadvantage of machining process. And second disadvantage is its time consumption, because machining process, because we used to go for you need to remove all the unwanted material. So sometimes we need to have very high thickness of material has to remove. So it will taking very long time. So machining operation generally takes more time compared with any other process. So more time is means case to case. So every process you cannot say more, but overall if you take a object is manufacturing and casting, or a object is manufacturing with the machining. So normally for machining, because in machining we having a different kind of machining process are there. Surface finishing process, dimensional cutting process. So different kind of processes are there. So to get a final object, it has to go through all these processes. That's why normally time consumption is relatively higher than other processes. So these are the two disadvantages, and a few more disadvantages are there in your textbook that maybe you can refer your textbook to know more. So please note down these points. Maybe I'll give you 1 minute time to you.
Sir, previous slide, sir.
On previous slide, yeah, please note down this. So why is it? It's nothing but importance of machining, or also you can call it the advantages of machining. If tomorrow in exam somebody asking you advantages, don't say that sir we have not discussed advantages of machining process. So importance are nothing but its advantage. Why it's important? Because that is giving a good feature to this process. So good features means that is nothing but advantage.
If they are asking advantages, we can write about this same.
These
And
only,
if it
yes.
is asking important, we should write by
This only.
writing important.
Yes, importance or advantages both are same.
Okay.
For this particular thing I am telling you. In other places maybe importance and advantages are different हो सकता, but यहाँ पर important discuss क्यों कर रहे हैं बोल तो ये advantages है उसमें. That's why this process is important. These are the important aspects.
Sir, continue.
Continue. So I'm seeing only 30 students in the class. So almost 1 hour is 12 o'clock our class starts. So we delayed for 15 minutes. Almost 1 o'clock now. I'm seeing very less students in the class. Okay, I can go for next slide. Please note on this also. So I want everybody to take online classes seriously. So wherever you are attending the class, please pay attention to the class, whatever the subject faculty is teaching. Possible, take the notes. If not possible, take the note. At least you can take screenshots. So keep it with you, screenshots, and maybe immediately within 1 or 2 days. Possible on the same day afternoon, because afternoon you don't have any class. So afternoon you can convert into your notes, transfer that information from that screenshot to in your notes. If not on the same day, maybe next day, whenever you get time, within 1 week you can complete those things. Fine, we can go for next slide.
Wait, sir.
Okay.
सर आपके सब्जेक्ट से बाहर क्वेश्चन था सर, हम R16 रेगुलेशंस के है तो हम थर्मल इंजीनियरिंग
Syllabus same है.
ना.
But that we can, you see, other than the subject we can discuss at the end. Regarding MMT, if anything is there, you can ask me. Syllabus for R16 as well as R18 production technology, this MMT syllabus is same. There is no difference in that.
नहीं सर, थर्मल इंजीनियरिंग 2 के क्लासेस लेना हम. Yes.
I will talk to you other subject में बाद में बात करूँगा, end में बात करूँगा. अभी तो क्लास चलने दो, MMT होने दो. लास्ट में 10 मिनट है ना डिस्कशन के लिए, उसमें बात करेंगे उस बारे में.
ओके सर, थैंक यू.
Continue, sir.
Okay. Okay. I can continue.
Yes, sir.
So machining is a production sequence. I think it's already discussed you. I'm not want to take much time on this. So machining in a sequential, actually machining process, normally we're using the sequential process. As already I told you, after casting, we need to do the machining, or after forming, or after forging, or after extrusion, you need to go for machining. So generally performed after the production processes such as casting or forging or bar drying. So whatever the drying process are there, because surface as well as the dimension both are not we are getting exactly there. That's why to get exact dimension and good surface finish, we need to use this process. So other processes create the general shape of the starting, but this process will give you the exact shape. So exact dimensions, exact shape, exact accuracy is coming by this. So machine provides the final shape, dimension, surface finish, and special geometric features that is not possible to get other process like casting or forming. So then this process is required. So if you take the sequence of processes, so first we need to do that casting process, and then you need to come for the machining. You're not like that. First you're doing the machining and then going for forming. So it's not always machining process is the final process. If it is the only process, this is the process. If you're having other processes are there, so casting process, machining process, forming process, all these processes there. So always machining process is coming at the end, because this will give you the exact dimension and exact surface finish. So I think this is fine. This is not required to note down. These general things are there. So in addition to my slides, please refer your textbook also. ऐसा नहीं है कि slides पे जो है वही final है. Slides पे बहुत खाली थोड़े points है, bullet points है, right? Lot of things I'm explaining you. So everything what I'm explaining, I think is not possible for you to note down. So all these things are there in your textbook. So मैं जो practical example ले रहा हूँ, मैं भी वो नहीं रहेंगे. But जो general जो मैं जो आपको definition के तरीके से जिस तरीके से मैं बोल रहा हूँ मैं, so all these things are available in your textbook. So please refer your textbook also. Going for next slide. So machining, simple machining operations, whichever is there. The most popular and most useful machining processes, operations or processes in this is turning process. So turning process normally we used to done in a machine, used to call it as a lathe machine. So lathe machine में जो हो रहा है उसको turning बोलते हैं. So wood turning lathe you're done right in your first year. So that is wood turning lathe only that is. So similarly in machine turning, whatever you used to call it as a metal lathe. So normally metal lathe बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है. Lathe मतलब it's a metal lathe only. If it is a wood lathe means it's wood. If nothing is mentioned means it's a metal only. So that particular machine is used to machine the metal. So similarly drilling machine, milling operation, milling machine as well as milling operation, similarly grinding machine, grinding operation. These are all the operations, are nothing but processes. So this similar process we used to call it as a machine also. Turning, we used to call it as a turning machine, but more turning machine most popularly called as a lathe machine. Drilling is called as a drilling machine. Wherever the drilling is happening is called as a drilling machine. Milling, so it's called as a milling machine. So milling operation is performed on machine is called as a milling machine. So actually milling is a process, grinding is a process, drilling is a process, turning is a process. Process are nothing but operation, right? So these are the process, because these processes are performing on a particular machine. So same name we are giving to the machine also. Drilling machine means is doing the drilling operations. What is the drilling operation? So drilling is nothing but making a hole. So drilling means nothing but you are making a hole. So that's called as a drilling. Similarly, milling is nothing but you are removing the material from the surfaces of the workpiece. The surface is maybe circular surface or maybe cylindrical surface, anything. So removing. Similarly, grinding. So grinding is nothing but grind the material very small layer only. So that process is called as a grinding process. This is the most important machining process. In addition to that, other machining processes are also there, which is we can say the less important. But in manufacturing process, everything is important. Shaping, planing process are nothing but shaping of the object. Or planing is nothing but surface processing, making the surface to be smooth. That is called as a planing process that we can discuss in that particular chapter. And similarly, broaching is one of the finishing operation. And sawing is nothing but we used to call as a cutting the material. So these are the few important machining operations which you are going to learn in this course. So now we discuss about knife. Now you can see here one cutter is there. If you take in right top the slide, you see there is one cutter is there. So what kind of cutter it is? So why we use this cutter? So this cutter we are using to cut the metal. So this cutter is similar to your hacksaw. So hacksaw you used in your fitting, right? To cut if it is a small material removal, maybe 1 mm or 2 mm thick, maybe you can done using your file. Even up to 5 mm, you're using by your file. But if it is a very big object, maybe you having some kind of 30 mm rectangular block is there, in that you need to cut 10 mm, 10 mm, 10 mm, you need to cut it, you need to separate it. So in that case, we are not using a file, so we are using a hacksaw, right? We're cutting. So this is also a typical hacksaw only. This is nothing but a power hacksaw blade it is. So hacksaw or saw blade. So this, using this blade, you are cutting the metal. So the metal of different kind of metals you are cutting. So most popular material, whatever we are using, is high speed steel. So we used to call it as the HSS steel. That we discussed in detail in next further slides. So most probably, please listen only this one. So not need to note down. So high speed steel. So most popular cutting tool whichever we are using, that cutting tool material is called as a high speed steel. So this is harder, tougher than other steel or cast iron. So normally this kind of cutting tools used to made of high speed steel. We used to short name is called as a HSS. So similarly, if you want to go for further hard material, we used to use tungsten carbide. So tungsten carbide is still harder than the high speed steel. And similarly, most hardest material in the world, maybe you studied in your chemistry, is the diamond. So because diamond is very hard and it has nothing is can cut it. So that's why diamond is using as a cutting material also. So how many people know that diamond we are using as a cutting material? Because diamond means normally we know that our sisters or our mothers are using in their jewelry, right? So only that is the purpose of diamond.
No, sir. Cutting is the
Purpose also.
Yes, so we can use, because diamond is the most hardest material on the earth. So we will discuss, I think next slide we are going to discuss about properties of cutting tool. So one of the basic property of cutting tool is the material of cutting tool, by which you can make the cutter. It has to have more highest hardness is diamond. So diamond is very good cutting tool material, we can say. So just what are the properties are required? Just now we see in the cutter. So in this cutter, what are the different properties are required for any cutting tool or cutting tool material? So basic property I told you, hardness. So basic property, hardness. So what is meant by hardness? So because this normally I used to take in the classroom. So normally my classes are interactive. So what is meant by hardness?
It is the ability to resist wear and tear.
Yes. So ability to resist the wear or tear. So this is called hardness. So what is meant by wear? Why we need a hard material here? Because if this property is not there in this metal, in this cutting tool, what happened? Because resistance to wear and tear, whatever you are telling. So wear and tear, if this material is not harder, so whatever the sharp surface is there of your cutting tool, whether it's a blade or whether it's a knife or your cutting tool, lathe tool, or maybe your drilling tool, whatever you are using, it can blunt very easily. राइट सो अगर ब्लंट हो गया फौरी तो हर 10 मिनट में आपको ग्राइंडिंग व्हील के पास जाके उसको शार्प करते रहना पड़ता, बट इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर एनीबॉडी टू कंटिन्यू द प्रोसेस, because normally when you are starting manufacturing, to finally you need to get a product, you need to do the machining in hours time. It's not in, because already we have seen this process is the longest process, it is taking more time. If periodically if your tool is blunt हो गया आपका, आगे मुंड हो गया, हम बोलते हैं ना मुंड हो गया, ब्लेड मुंड हो गया, फिर छुरी मुंड हो गई, अगर मुंड हो गया तो उसके बाद उसको काट नहीं सकते, राइट? तो क्या करना पड़ता है, उसको फिर शार्प करना पड़ता. तो हर 10 अगर उसके पास अगर तो मटेरियल जिससे हम टूल बनाए, हमारा कटिंग टूल जो बनाए, जो मे बी ब्लेड और मे बी आवर नाइफ, व्हाटएवर इज देयर, इफ इट इज नॉट हार्ड, व्हाट हैपेंस, अपना जो शार्प एज है वो हर 10 मिनट में एक दफा ब्लंट होता रहता, मतलब हर 10 मिनट में एक दफा उसको ग्राइंडिंग व्हील के पास जाके उसको शार्प करके लाते रहना पड़ता. तो दैट इज नॉट एडवाइजेबल, दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल आल्सो. हर 10 मिनट में आपकी मशीन रोक के टूल निकालो, लेके आओ ग्राइंडिंग के पास, शार्प करके लो, नहीं होता. तो इसलिए हम इससे मटेरियल से बनाना है कटिंग टूल को कि जो ऐसे ब्लंट ना हो, जल्दी ब्लंट ना हो, 1 घंटे या फिर दिना जाने के बाद ब्लंट तो होता, लाइक व्हेन यू आर यूजिंग द मटेरियल इट मे हैव, बट आवर इंटेंशन इज इट नॉट सपोज्ड टू ब्लंट. उस टाइप ऑफ मटेरियल वी वांट. सो बेसिक प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ एनी कटिंग टूल, so properties of cutting tool material is, basic property is hardness. So hardness is nothing but resistance to wear or resistance to scratch. Next property is strength also. So hardness is nothing but reflecting the strength. So it has to have very high hardness as well as the strength. What is meant by strength? Hardness is fine, which is not wear and tear. But what is meant by strength? कोई बोलेंगे मेरे को what is strength? आप मैकेनिक्स ऑफ सॉलिड में तो बहुत पढ़े स्ट्रेंथ के बारे में, इंटरनल स्ट्रेंथ, Young's modulus, all these things you studied, tensile test, stress strain diagram, you studied in mechanics of solids, right? So mechanics of solids are there in last year. So what is the strength?
Capacity of an object or substance to withstand great force or pressure.
Great force or pressure. So in hardness, it's not withstanding the force and pressure. In hardness, also doing same thing, right? So hardness also withstanding force and pressure, and in strength also withstanding the force and pressure. So both are same. Then why the both two different terms are there? Hardness and strength.
Strength means being physically strong.
To withstand any applied load without
Hardness means
failure
that?
or deformation.
Yeah, somebody is telling. I'm not able to get. Can you please repeat?
Strength is the ability of a material to withstand any applied load without any failure or deformation.
Yes. So without any deformation, if something is resistance, that is called strength. And hardness, without wear and tear, right? Fine. So definition is correct. So strength, अगर आपके book के definition के हिसाब से बोलूँगा, तो strength is nothing but ability of material to withstand without deformation. Right? तो विदाउट डिफॉर्मेशन अगर आप कुछ ले लेंगे, आप फॉर एग्जांपल ये मेरा ये आप ले लेंगे, ये है, सो इफ इट इज आई एम अप्लाइंग सम काइंड ऑफ फोर्स, द फोर्स में बी लेटरल डायरेक्शन और मे बी लॉन्गिट्यूडिनल डायरेक्शन, सो ये फोर्स अप्लाई करने के बावजूद भी इसको कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा है, इसको मतलब विदाउट एनी डिफॉर्मेशन इट इज देयर, मींस दिस हैविंग वेरी गुड स्ट्रेंथ बोलना चाहिए, हार्डनेस बोलना चाहिए, स्ट्रेंथ बोलना चाहिए, राइट? विदाउट एनी डिफॉर्मेशन, विदाउट एनी चेंज इन द शेप, इट इज विथस्टैंडिंग, सो दिस प्रॉपर्टी इज कॉल्ड एज अ स्ट्रेंथ. वेयर इज हार्डनेस किसको बोलते हैं? Without any wear and tear, मतलब hardness is related to the surface property. याद रखिए आप, maybe mechanics of solid faculty told you,
हो गया तुम्हारा?
you maybe forgotten. So remember, if something related to your surface, Sajid, please mute your mic. So something related to scratch, अगर आप maybe आप ये देखेंगे तो मैं force apply कर रहा हूँ, maybe ये यो नहीं हो रहा, but इसके ऊपर लेके आके मैं एक blade चलाऊंगा तो क्या होता है? So it will cut, right? ये सरफेस पे पहले मार्क पड़ जाते और ज्यादा फोर्स अप्लाई करूंगा तो ये कट भी हो जाता. सो दिस काइंड ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी, जो कुछ सरफेस पे कुछ आ रहा तो उसमें जो वियर एंड टियर सरफेस पे हो रहा, दैट प्रॉपर्टी इज कॉल्ड एज हार्डनेस. अगर वो वियर एंड टियर नहीं हो रहा तो दैट इज हार्डनेस, और हो रहा तो उसका हार्डनेस कम है. तो हार्डनेस इज नथिंग बट समथिंग रिलेटेड टू द सरफेस एंड स्ट्रेंथ इज समथिंग इज रिलेटेड टू इंटरनल. सो इंटरनल रेसिस्टेंस टू द मटेरियल इज कॉल्ड एज अ स्ट्रेंथ एंड सरफेस रेसिस्टेंट इज कॉल्ड एज अ हार्डनेस. ये याद रखो आप. So this is a basic difference between hardness and strength. So these two properties are required for the cutting tool. And wear resistance, normally wear resistance मैं क्यों बोल रहा हूँ मैं? Hardness and wear resistance are similar terms, but still it is not same. So hardness normally in surface resistance. आपका cutting tool का लेंगे तो surface resistance जो है, आपका surface जो रहता 10 mm by 50 mm रहता. तो ये surface में कोई scratches नहीं आना है. तो और कुछ wear and tear नहीं होना. That is called hardness. Similarly wear resistance में आपके जो corners हैं, so whatever the corners are there, so in corners whatever is happening, that is called as a wear. So even the whatever your blunt tool is there, tooling edge, so the tooling edge is nothing but an edge only. Tooling, cutting sharp edge is an edge only, so the edge has to withstand. So that that is called as a wear resistance. So hardness is surface, edges resistance in the edges is called as a wear resistance. So wear resistance is the most important in cutting tool, because जो sharp edge है, edge is not supposed to wear out, it has to withstand. So hardness and wear resistance both are similar properties, both can use as a synonym, but in some cases we need to use different meanings also depending upon the concept. So hardness, wear resistance, and high toughness is required in cutting tool. So what is meant by toughness? Toughness is nothing but resistance to the shocks. So अगर आप डेफिनेशन में देखेंगे तो ability of material to absorb impact forces or impact loads is called as the toughness. So मतलब अगर something is tough, अगर कोई किसी को बोलता है देखो ये बंदा बहुत tough है, तो उसका मतलब क्या है? Tough मतलब even in bad condition you are not bowing down, you're not going under pressure. So that is called as the toughness. Means toughness is withstanding the ability of material to withstand shocks or withstand sudden loads is called as a toughness. तो यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा, cutting tool में whenever is cutting tool is there, if you just assume when you are done in carpentry, whatever the chisel you are used to remove the layer of material from the wood, what happened initially, you inserted that rectangular block of material between the two jaws, and jaws are rotating, when the material is rotating, what happened? You instantaneously you're keeping your tool too near to the workpiece. तो क्या हो रहा? वहाँ पर sudden load आ रहा उस पे tool पे. So when the sudden load is coming, what happened? Even a good material also, if sudden load is coming, it is going to break. But if material having this property called toughness, it is not that much easily breaks. So क्योंकि अगर आप just see that lathe, maybe आप लोग lathe देख, similar kind of thing, जो आप wood turning lathe करें, similarly you coming to the metal, तो same उसको ही material workpiece rotate होते रहता, हम tool को introduce करते हैं, जब हम tool को introduce करेंगे, जो sudden load आएगा, अगर material if it is not tougher, what happen? Your tool is going to break. So your tool is, instead of cutting the material, instead of removing the material from the surface of workpiece, it is your tool itself breaking. So that property has to be there in this material from which you are make this cutting tool. So that property is calling it as a toughness. So high toughness is required. More important property of cutting tool. And the fourth property is hardness. So hardness is there, fine. Some materials are very good hardness. But if you heat the temperature to some level, so after reaching that particular temperature, its hardness is going to be loose. So for example, you take aluminium. So aluminium room temperature में maybe आपको थोड़ा hard रहेगा, maybe आप कुछ करेंगे तो ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं होता. But if you are heating for some temperature like 50 degrees or maybe 60 or maybe 100 degrees centigrade, if you heat that, its surface is it's losing its strength, it's losing its hardness. So but here in cutting tool, if that kind of properties are there, so whatever the three properties we have discussed, hardness, wear resistant, toughness, so all these properties are good at room temperature. But if at a higher temperature is losing, so that kind of material is not fit for our cutting tool. Because when we are doing this machining process, when you are cutting workpiece material, when you are rotating workpiece material and you are introducing the cutting tool, so because of two contact between a stationary cutting tool and rotating workpiece, there is always a relative motion, there is always a friction is there. So because of friction, there is a high temperature is generating. आप मे भी अगर कभी करना है तो आप मे भी आप लोग एक्सपीरियंस भी करे होंगे, जब भी आप कारपेंटरी में जब फाइलिंग करे हैं, फिटिंग में फाइलिंग करे या फिर कारपेंटरी में आप साइंग करे या फिर वुडटर्निंग लेथ पे जब चिजल से निकालने के बाद अगर आप उसको होल्ड करेंगे तो इट इज वेरी हॉट, योर टूल इज वेरी हॉट. So even instructor is telling you to avoid touching cutting tools after doing the process. क्यों? Because of this friction, because of relative motion between the two workpiece and cutting tool, there is high heat is generating. So because of this high heat, what happened? That localized वहां पर जो temperature है आपके cutting tool का, temperature cutting tool का बहुत high हो जाता. So it is going to be somewhere about 150, 200, 300, even somewhere it is going for 500, 600 degrees centigrade also. If properties are weakened at that particular temperature, then there is a no use. रूम टेम्परेचर में तो ठीक है, बहुत हार्ड है, टफ है, वियर रेजिस्टेंस है सब है, बट टेम्परेचर जब 500 600 डिग्री पे चले जा रहा तो आपका मटेरियल बिकम सॉफ्ट हो जा रहा, आपका मटेरियल टूट जा रहा. So that kind of I think material we cannot use for the cutting tool. So these properties also very much equally important. Hardness, strength, toughness है, ये hardness also equally important. So these every cutting tool has to have this property, hardness. So these are the four basic properties of any cutting tool. So in addition to this one, other properties also required, like high thermal shock resistance. Because as I told you, जब हम relative motion जब आएगा तो suddenly heat generate हो रहा, तो suddenly thermal shock, like you are having a withstand the mechanical shocks is withstanding, forces are withstanding. Similarly, high temperature shocks also coming. The material has to withstand that high temperature shocks also. क्योंकि जब when you are introduce this one, initially it is at somewhere about room temperature, somewhere about 25 degrees centigrade, or maybe somewhere about 30 degrees centigrade. But suddenly within a few seconds, the temperature is reaching to 500 degrees centigrade or 600 degrees centigrade. So each short time में temperature उतना rise, if it is rising, so what happened? Material properties are deteriorating. So these material properties not supposed to change. Even for एक है temperature बढ़ रहा और दूसरा क्या है, वो heating rate भी important है. इतना suddenly temperature बढ़ रहा भी तो problem होगा. Material is going to change its property. So rate of heating as well as the temperature at which you are heating. So both are important. So that you are studied in your heat treatment process in your metallurgy and material science. I hope you studied about heat treatment process. तो हीट ट्रीटमेंट बताया आपको, टेम्परेचर कहां पर हीट कर रहे हैं वो भी इंपॉर्टेंट है, एंड हाउ यू आर कूलिंग, वेदर इट्स कूलिंग फास्ट और वेदर इट्स कूलिंग वेरी स्लो, आर यू आर कूलिंग इंस्टेंटेनियस कूलिंग. So whatever the cooling is there, based upon that your properties are depends. So as cooling rate changes, your properties are changing. So यहाँ पर whatever the properties are there in the material, it has to be same material even undergoing different kind of thermal shocks. क्योंकि ठीक है टूल हम आज यूज कर रहे हैं, एंड आज तो थर्मल शॉक्स लग के मटेरियल के प्रॉपर्टीज चेंज हो गए, तो कल जब हम जाके यूज करेंगे सेम टूल, तो कल मटेरियल में सेम प्रॉपर्टी, जो कटिंग टूल है वो कटिंग टूल में सेम प्रॉपर्टीज नहीं रहेंगे, इट्स गोइंग टू फेल. टुडे इट्स नॉट फेल, टुडे इट्स फाइन, इट इज परफॉर्म वेल because of whatever the shocks, thermal shocks you given today, so that is causing some kind of heat treatment or some kind of distortion in the material structure, and it is going to fail tomorrow. So that is also not advisable, right? Every दिन हर दिन आप नए cutting tool तो नहीं ला सकते, right? So once the cutting tool is there, it has to use for a particular time. It may be used for 1 year or 2 years or 3 years or 5 years. Whenever you are buying a material from the market, they will give you a guarantee, right? So even cutting tool also, people say the manufacturer used to give the guarantee. ये guarantee देता है कि 1 साल तक या फिर इतने घंटे of machining. So normally you see whenever buying an automobile, buying a bike, they will give you the warranty for particular time or particular kilo distance it's travel. And nothing but kilo distance travel means how much time your engine is works. So similarly in cutting tools also, when you are buying a cutting tool, manufacturer used to give the warranty. So warranties depends upon time or number of hours you are machining. Machining hours are life of how much years it has to give. So those warranty is there. So that is again, if it is thermal, it's not withstand thermal shocks, your life of the cutting tool is coming down very fast. Good thermal conductivity. So this is one of the secondary properties is required, because when your temperature is rising very high, the cutting tool, then the cutting tool is a very good thermal conductor. What happened? It can dissipate heat faster. So whatever the hardness, whatever the thermal shocks, it can possible to reduce it if you're having proper thermal conductivity in cutting tool. So proper thermal conductivity is required. Low adhesion to workpiece material, because when you're heating very high temperature, at that particular temperature, what happened, so there is some kind of sticking is happened, even though it is not converting into liquid, but at higher temperature, the surface of the material, there is some kind of distortion is happening, and nothing but the next point, diffusivity is happening in the base material. Because of that, what happened, your workpiece is sticking to the cutting tool. If workpiece is sticking to the cutting tool, what happened, your machining may not happen further. So एक बार हम machine कर रहे हैं, ये rotate हो रहा है, your workpiece is rotating, and you are introducing some cutting tool. So up to 500 degrees centigrade, it is fine. But once you reach to 500 degrees centigrade, if it is having adhesive characteristics, what happened? This cutting tool is adhesive to the workpiece. तो क्या होता है, जब दो एक को एक चिपक गया तो क्या होता है, आपका जो machining process होता वो रुक जाता वहां पर. So means your whatever the rotating is there, it used to stop, and your process is stops there itself. So that's why the basic secondary properties, whatever is there, low adhesion and as well as low diffusivity with the workpiece material, to the workpiece material. So these are the few important properties. Please note down. For very fast, you can note down. If already noted down, I will go fast for the next slide.
Sir, next slide, sir.
Okay, I'll go for next slide.
Wait, sir. Sir, wait, sir.
Okay. So here I given only properties of the material. Exact definition I told you orally. If you not listen or not note down, please refer your textbook. In textbook, all the things are given. I hope everybody bought the textbook. If anybody not buy till now, please you can buy the textbook. You can go for next slide.
Wait, sir.
All students, please take class notes. Whatever is there in the slides, please note down.
Sir, studying this much, what is it available in slides? Is it enough, sir?
I told you this is only for reference. You need to refer your textbook. Somebody will ask you in the exam, please write the different properties of material. If it is a 2 marks question, fine. If you write this many properties, you'll get the marks. But if it is a 5 mark question, by writing this, you will not get the required marks. Then you need to explain about what is hardness, what is the wear resistance. At least 1 to 2 sentences you need to write about every property. That's why this is whatever I am telling you to note down. This is not sufficient. Whatever I am telling to you, if possible, you can note down. Right? Hardness means resistance to the wear and tear. Right? So that's called hardness. And why it is required? So this will prevent the blunt of your cutting tool. So these 2 sentences, your examiner will expect you if it is 5 marks or 10 marks. If it is 2 marks, this 8 if you write, definitely you're going to get a good marks. So all 2 marks you're going to get. But if you 5 marks also you're writing the same answer, you're not going to get the same marks. You're also getting 2 marks only. Out of 5 marks, you're getting only 2. So you are right. Yes, your writing answer is always depending upon marks or nothing but weightage of the question. The same question is asking for 2 marks and same question is asking for the 5 marks. Your method of answer has to be different. Please remember this thing. याद रखो आप, दो क्वेश्चन का आंसर तो सेम ही है. फॉर एग्जांपल इससे पहले का जो है what the basic mechanical properties or material properties required for a cutting tool. आप वही 8 प्रॉपर्टी लिखेंगे, 2 मार्क भी वही 8 प्रॉपर्टी लिखेंगे, 5 मार्क भी वही 8 प्रॉपर्टी लिखेंगे आप? नहीं ना. तो अगर 5 मार्क का है क्वेश्चन तो उसका फिर लिखने का स्टाइल बदलना पड़ेगा, हमारे थोड़ा ज्यादा लिखना पड़ता, राइट. तो इसलिए आप लोगों का जो आंसर करने का स्टाइल है वो डिपेंडिंग अपॉन मार्क्स पे होना चाहिए. 2 मार्क्स के क्वेश्चन को आप 2 मार्क्स के क्वेश्चन को 4 लाइन में लिखते रहते हो, दैट इज फाइन. 2 से 4 लाइन में लिखते रहते हो, you're going to get full marks. But if it is the 5 marks also you're writing in the 4 or 5 lines, don't expect that you're going to get full 5 marks for that, even though your answer is correct, but you're not getting full marks. So full marks लेने के लिए you need to write a definitions, as well as especially in this subject you need to draw a neat sketches along with your answer. तो अगर आप कुछ एक स्मॉल डायग्राम ड्रा कर दिए तो एग्जामिनर का इंप्रेशन ही चेंज हो जाता है आप पे. तो वो ये समझता है कि ठीक है, मतलब रिलेटेड ड्राइंग बोल रहा हूँ, रिलेटेड ड्राइंग आप ड्रा करें. फॉर एग्जांपल कोई कटिंग टूल के बारे में एक्सप्लेन करो बोल रहा, तो आप एक रफ स्केच कटिंग टूल का बना दिए, उसका एक्सप्लेन करे, तो ऑलरेडी एग्जामिनर विल हैव ए गुड इंप्रेशन ऑन यू व्हाइल आंसरिंग, सो यू विल गोइंग टू गेट ए गुड मार्क्स. तो आंसर लिखना भी एग्जाम में ए काइंड ऑफ प्लानिंग होना उसके लिए. जाके जो आ रहा हो लिख दिए, मे बी आपको सब्जेक्ट का नॉलेज फुल है, आप जैसे बने वैसे लिख के आ गए, तो यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू गेट द फुल मार्क्स. दैट्स व्हाई यू सी, जब आप एक्सपेक्ट करने के मार्क्स रहते हैं, जो फाइनली आपको आने के मार्क्स रहते हैं, उसमें हमेशा डिफरेंस रहता है, राइट. आप एक्सपेक्ट करते एग्जाम लिखने के बाद आप सोचते हैं कि मेरे को 75 में से 50 आ जाएंगे, मेरे को 60 आ जाएंगे. फाइनली जब एग्जाम रिजल्ट जब आया था तो दिखते कि आपको 30 मार्क्स ही है. इवन थोड़े बच्चों का ऐसा रहता है कि लोग 26 भी नहीं आते, एक्सपेक्ट करते 50, बट मार्क्स आते 25 या 24, फेल होते. वैसे भी केसेस है. तो दिस इज हैपनिंग बिकॉज ऑफ दिस इश्यू. आप समझ रहे हैं आपका क्वेश्चन करेक्ट है, ऑब्वियसली आपका क्वेश्चन करेक्ट है, मैं गलत है नहीं बोल रहा हूं, बट आपका क्वेश्चन जिस तरीके से आंसर करना है उस तरीके के आप आंसर नहीं किए. यू नीड टू आंसर अकॉर्डिंगली. इसलिए आप लोगों को क्वेश्चन का क्या वेटेज है देखो. अगर वो वेटेज 5 मार्क का है तो आपका आंसर भी 5 मार्क का होना चाहिए. मतलब ईच एंड एवरीथिंग यू कैन क्लियरली एक्सप्लेन, इफ पॉसिबल यू नीड टू ड्रा ए नीट स्केच एंड देन यू एक्सप्लेन इट, यू कैन गेट 5 आउट ऑफ 5. कोई नहीं रोकते, राइट. अगर आप 2 मार्क्स भी वही लिख रहे हैं, 5 मार्क भी वही लिख रहे हैं, आप एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो 2 मार्क के क्वेश्चन आंसर को, आपका 2 मार्क एक्चुअली आपका आंसर 2 मार्क का है, बट आप एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं 5 मार्क, कैसे आएंगे 5 मार्क? इसी की वजह से आप एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं 50, फाइनली आपको आ जाते हैं 25. तो बिकॉज ऑफ दिस ओनली इज हैपनिंग. आई थिंक मोस्ट फ्यू स्टूडेंट्स मे बी अवेयर अबाउट दिस, एंड फ्यू स्टूडेंट्स हु डोंट अवेयर, प्लीज आज के बाद से आप जो भी एग्जाम लिखेंगे, एग्जाम के पहले मार्क्स देखो, उसके हिसाब से एग्जाम लिखो. इवन आप अगर 2 मार्क्स के क्वेश्चन भी आप बड़ा लिखे तो प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बट बड़े क्वेश्चन को 5 मार्क्स के क्वेश्चन को आप 2 लाइन में लिख के कर दिए, तो एंड यू आर एक्सपेक्टिंग फुल मार्क्स, आई थिंक एग्जामिनर्स नॉट इजीली गिव यू मार्क्स दैट मच इजी. क्योंकि at least you need to explain it, right? When you use a big question as well as a small question, the difference has to be there. Fine. Then coming back, so normally in my classes I used to have this kind of discussion. So whatever the useful discussion, something is not related to our subject also we used to discuss. So coming to the cutting tool material. So previous slide we discussed about cutting tool material properties. Now we can discuss about cutting tool material. So before that slide we'll discuss briefly about few important material, but we can discuss about in detail about more material. So most basic material whatever we are using for cutting tool is high carbon steel. So short name we used to call as a HCS, and most popularly this material used to called as a tool steel, because high carbon steel normally used to make cutting tools. So what is the cutting tool you are seeing in this slide? So this is a typical cutting tool. So cutting tool, so this cutting tool making this high carbon steel using to make this kind of tools. That's why these high carbon steel used to call as tool steel. So don't confuse. अगर एग्जाम में कहीं हाई कार्बन स्टील आ रहा, कहीं टूल स्टील आ रहा, तो कंफ्यूज मत होना. हाई कार्बन स्टील, टूल स्टील, नॉर्मली इट इज सेम, 90% सेम है, 10% डिफरेंट डेविएशंस भी है, बट फॉर दिस सब्जेक्ट, फॉर दिस machine tool, just assume high carbon steel only is called as a tool steel. So what is a carbon steel? You know, in every steel used to have some percentage of carbon that you are studied in your MMS, metallurgy and material science, right? So how much percentage of carbon present in a steel? Recover your subject.
2 to 3.
How much?
2 to 3%, sir.
Yes, 2 to 3, but
2
not
to
3%,
3%.
not 3%. Remember always, of iron carbon, whenever this question is coming to you, somebody is asking you carbon percentage in iron or iron carbon, that iron carbon diagram has to come in your mind, right? Iron carbon diagram, आप याद रखो. As a mechanical engineer, if you are a mechanic, good, want to
Yes,
become a
sir.
good mechanical engineer, you need to know. अगर आपको नींद में से उठा के भी बोले iron carbon diagram ड्रा करो, तब ड्रा करने के पोजीशन में रहना. Iron carbon diagram एक है और tensile stress strain diagram
Fe3.
right, ये दो है जो basic diagrams which is every mechanical engineer supposed to know. So it's coming to iron carbon diagram, yes, Fe, Fe3C. So iron carbon हम बोल रहे हैं, but actually वो iron carbide है, iron Fe, Fe3C. So Fe3C is called as iron carbide. So it's a diagram of
Fe3C. Yes, sir.
iron and iron carbon diagram, carbide diagram. But roughly हम उसको iron carbon diagram बोल सकते हैं, right? याद है iron carbon diagram? उसके अंदर एक typical shape था, उसमें याद है? अगर याद नहीं है तो recover कर लो.
हाँ सर, याद है सर.
Yes. So उसके अंदर अगर if you see that, so there is a demarcation is there. Yes, material science में था. So there is a demarcation is there at 2% of carbon, not 3%. 2% of carbon there is a demarcation. If it is the less than carbon percentage is less than 2%, then we used to call it as the steel. So remember, every steel is a alloy of iron and carbon, right? And in this iron and carbon, if it is the carbon percentage is less than 2, then only we can call it as a steel. If it is more than 2% carbon, what you used to call as? It is called as a iron. So in simple term, we used to call it as a cast iron. In your iron carbon diagram, they used to call it as a cast iron. So 0% से लेके carbon percentage 6.67 तक रहेंगे आपके iron carbon diagram. So Fe3C, carbon, iron carbide. So iron carbide is forms when carbon percentage is 6.67% present in iron, then only iron carbide will form. So whatever iron carbon you studied, 0% to 6.67% only you studying. You're not studying from 0 to 100%, right? 100% carbon is not, we are not permitting. We are permitting maximum carbon percentage in iron is permissible is only 6.67%. That too, if it is up to 2%, then only we can call it as a steel. Above 2, we can above 2% of the carbon, we used to call it as a cast iron, right? So that cast iron, normally high carbon steel, steel itself less than 2%. High carbon steel is nothing but carbon percentage maximum कितना रहता? 2 रहता. तो high carbon steel में maximum 2 तक रह सकता, not 2 के ऊपर नहीं रहता. But actually देखा गया तो iron carbon high carbon steel में जो whatever the percentage of carbon is present, it is present from 0.8% to 1.5%. So normally 1.5% के ऊपर carbon रहा तो normally material is not possible to manufacture. So material is become very brittle. That's why above 1.5, even some special condition we can go for up to 1.7, 1.8, but higher percentage we don't have. In high carbon steel, normally remember this. If anybody asking you what is the carbon percentage in high carbon steel or tool steel, it is a carbon percentage 0.8% से लेके 1.5 1.5% तक रहता carbon percentage in tool steel or high carbon steel, right? So that's the basic tool material. So most of the cases पहले जमाने में जो cutting tool बनाते थे वो high carbon steel से बनाते थे. उसके बाद में high carbon steel, because it's not, even some advanced material is invented in after World War II, where the high carbon steel is not withstanding. Even high carbon steel also blunting. So in that case, they invented a new material. So it's called as a high speed steel. So high speed steel is also high carbon, but in that high carbon, in addition to carbon, they used to have other allying elements also be there, like tungsten, chromium, vanadium, other kind of allying elements also present. Because of presence of allying elements, whatever the drawbacks is happening in high carbon steel, that can be avoided here. So high speed steel, HSS. Because why used to call it as high speed steel? So these are the first generation of steel which is used to cut the material at high speeds. So that's why used to call it as a high speed steel. So short name is called as a HSS. तो सभी लोग इसको HSS बोलते हैं. इवन आप मार्केट में जाके पूछेंगे तो लोग बोलते हैं HSS से जानते हैं. इवन उसको हाई स्पीड स्टील बोलते तो नहीं मालूम रहता, बट HSS बोलते मालूम रहता, राइट? बट रहते आपको क्या बोलते हैं, शॉर्ट नेम ज्यादा पॉपुलर हो जाते हैं, उसका बिग नेम बोलते याद नहीं रहता. जस्ट लाइक इफ यू टेक ISRO, so most people know ISRO, but if you call it ISRO as an Indian Space Research Organization, तो वो आदमी बोलते ये क्या है. तो इसलिए शॉर्ट नेम्स कभी कभी क्या शॉर्ट नेम्स पॉपुलर हो जाते हैं. सिमिलरली इन हाई स्पीड स्टील में HSS is the most popular abbreviation. So HSS is nothing but high speed steel. So even for hard material, high speed also not able to cut the material. In that case, we used to use carbides. So cemented carbides or coated carbides they used to use. And even higher hardness, So in this, whatever the material I have noted down here, as you are going down, hardness of material is increasing. So cementite, ceramides are ceramics. So ceramics are more harder than carbides. And next, cubic boron nitride. Nitrides are more harder than ceramics material. And at the last, you having PCDs, are nothing but polycrystalline diamond. Or simple words, you can call it as a diamond. So after diamond, there is nothing is there in the slide, right? So nothing is there. Why? Because there is no material which is harder than harder than diamond. So if you want to cut the diamond, you used to use the diamond only. हीरा ही हीरे को काटता, कोई दूसरा मटेरियल नहीं है जो हीरे को काट सकता है, हीरे को काट कुछ कर सके, तो हीरा ही हीरे को काटता है, right? I think this everybody know, because most hardest material is diamond. So to cut the diamond, we used to use other diamond only. Right? These are the few important material which is using for cutting tools. And here I am giving this one cutting tool. Normally, this is nothing but a coated cutting tool. So what is a coated tool? Maybe I can discuss in next slides. So please, I think everybody noted down, right? This cutting tool material. I can go for next slide. Okay, I'm going for next slide. That maybe in that we can see.
ये tool से metal cut होता सर, ये tool से
metal cut होने का ही tool है ये.
अच्छा.
और आप कटने होता है बोल के?
नहीं सर, वैसा नहीं. ये मतलब कौन से मटेरियल का है सर इसमें से?
ये देखिए, this is a coated tool, coated carbide tool जो है ना, this is made of that one. The whatever the basic white color, whatever you're seeing, this is high speed steel, and whatever the golden color you're seeing, this is actually diamond tool. So diamond tool, because diamond is very expensive material. Normally, whenever we are using diamond, we cannot use entire material as a diamond material. So what we used to do, complete tool is made of high speed steel, and then whatever the cutting tip, whatever the golden color you're seeing, that is the cutting tip. So actually cutting is happening from that part only. So whatever the diamond, actually what we used to do, we used to fasten these small cutting edges on the cutting tool material. So cutting tool normally अगर ये निकाल दिया, white जो दिख रहा है वो high speed steel है, और जो golden जो दिख रहा है ना आपको, that is actually a diamond cutting tool. So diamond cutting tool इस shape में नहीं बनाते. So diamond cutting tool, or even for carbides, they used to make only cutting tips. So whatever the golden color you're seeing, it's a tip. So tip is fastened on a object. That object is again is calling as a cutting tool. So cutting tool by first case. So this kind of tools is using for diamond, especially for diamond cutting tool. So diamond cutting tool इस तरीके के पूरा cutting tool पूरा diamond से नहीं बनाते. So diamond cutting tool only cutting edges are made with the diamond, right? We're going for next
golden
slide.
part भी diamond ही है sir.
Golden part is a diamond only. So that actually color coding is given. Actually color code. Actually this is nothing but your animated image है. Whatever the image I am keeping you. So diamond इसलिए represent किया गया है कि this is a cutting tip. So diamond cutting golden color में नहीं रहता. So diamond normally normal metal के color में रहता.
Okay.
So I hope you studied in your chemistry. These are the few more cutting tools. So आप cutting tool जो use करते हैं आप, जैसे drilling है, drilling करने के लिए maybe आप carpentry में use करे होंगे, इस तरह का helical groove रहता, right? तो similarly lathe में देखेंगे नीचे के जो cutting tool है, तो नीचे ये जो है, ये actually this kind of tools we are using in lathe, and this kind of tools we are using in drilling, right? So these tools are made of high speed steel. So normally, normal general purpose जो भी है हम high speed steel का use करते हैं, क्योंकि high speed steel cutting any kind of steel, and also it is compared with carbide, compared with diamond, it is cheaper. That's why most of the popular applications for metal cutting. For metal cutting, we are using high speed steel. Again, in high speed steel, we are having a different variety of high speed steels are there. Basic high speed steel we used to call it as a 1841. So 1841 HSS, nothing but 1841 high speed steel. So in that, what is 1841? Actually, this 1841 represents the composition or nothing but allying elements present in that material. So इसमें बाजू में मैं मार्क किया हूँ, देखिए आप 1841, that representing 18 is nothing but W. What is W? W is nothing but tungsten. So इसमें basic high speed steel normally we are using tungsten based high speed steel. That used to give a representation called 1841. So 18% tungsten, 4% chromium, 1% of vanadium is there. So each having their own characteristics are giving. So why tungsten is there? Because whatever the properties we have discussed, properties is required for tool material. Those properties are bringing by these allying elements. So tungsten will give you high hardness as well as hardness. So tungsten normally melting among all the metals. So highest melting temperature is there in tungsten. So tungsten is melting somewhere about 3000 degrees centigrade. If tungsten you're adding in your steel, high speed steel is nothing but basically steel. In steel, you're adding some kind of alloying element that if it is adding a tungsten, its high hardness are increases very high. And chromium normally increasing the surface roughness, surface finish it will increase, and it is increase the wear resistance as well as toughness. So one of the important property of the material is called toughness. And similarly, vanadium is increasing the strength and as well as grain refinement. It is using for the grain refinement. So different element, whatever the alloying element we are adding, so each alloying element is providing some special characteristics or some special properties to the material. So tungsten normally high hardness, chromium surface finish as well as a corrosion resistance. Vanadium is increasing the strength as well as refining the grain structure. So grain structure also control the properties of the material. These things maybe you studied in your production technology as well as in your machine metallurgy and material science. So MMS as well as the production technology. So these things are controlled by these alloying elements. So basic high speed steel is nothing but 1841. Is nothing is mentioned, only mentioning about high speed steel, then assume it's 1841. So 1841 is a tungsten based high speed steel. So second category of high speed steels are 841 also is there. So in 8 means there is not tungsten is not there. So instead tungsten is replaced with the molybdenum here. So remaining 41 is same chromium and vanadium, 8% of molybdenum. So whatever the tungsten we are using, so the same tungsten properties is given by molybdenum. But only thing here, normally 1841 is expensive material, hardness strength is higher, but hard hardness compared with 1841, hard hardness is less. So whatever the molybdenum is giving you the hardness or the hardness, that is less compared with the tungsten. And last category of high speed steel is cobalt based high speed steel. So in that 1841 material is there. So in addition to that, there is a present of 2% to 15% of cobalt is there. So because of this cobalt, this hardness is very high. Hardness of material is going to be very high. That's why this high speed steel also called as the super high speed steel, because it can withstand even very high temperature, even up to 1000 degrees centigrade also you can machine it. So super high speed steel. If somebody is called you super high speed steel, please assume is nothing but super high speed steel is nothing but cobalt based high speed steel. In that you need to have the 2% to 15% of cobalt is present. So these are the few important materials are there. The materials for this. So in addition to that, the carbide is there, diamond is there. So I'm not going to discuss all the materials. Maybe you can refer in your text, because high speed steels are a very important material. That's why I've discussed this one, and few important material is discussed in the textbook. Please refer to your textbook. If you're having any doubt, you can ask me. So I think with this is the last slide for me. So with this I'm stop. I think I need to, is it required to note down? So I'm going for next slide because it already is there in the textbook. Please refer the textbook. So last slide for today's lecture. So what we have discussed till now, we need to have for a cutting process, for a machining process. This is a basic rough sketch. So machining, these all things are required for the machining. So first one is blank. Whatever you see in this diagram, you see this is the blank. Blank is nothing but your raw material. So raw material is required. So without raw material, you cannot machine. What thing you need to machine? So raw material blank is required. Machine is required, whether it is a lathe machine or anything, machine is required. And then fixtures are required. Fixtures are nothing but holding devices. So to hold a workpiece on a machine, you used to have some kind of holding material. Like if you take in lathe, you used to have a 4-jaw check or 3-jaw checks are there. So these 4-jaw checks, 3-jaw checks are nothing but some kind of fixtures, some kind of holding devices. Similarly in carpentry, similarly in your fitting, when you're doing machining, there is some holding devices required. You used to have a bench wise, right? So in bench wise, you used to fit, you need to keep your workpiece, that is maybe wood or metal piece, you tighten it and then you used to file it, or maybe you can plane it, right? So you need to have fixture. Then is required is tool. So machine tool and tools are different. Machine tools are nothing but machines, and tools are nothing but whatever the cutting tool, exactly whatever the tool we are using. That is maybe saw or maybe whatever just now we have seen, drill bit, whatever is there. So those kind of tools are required. And for the next thing is required is environment, surrounding. Sometimes what happens, you need to have some kind of coolants are required. Some kind of control atmosphere is required. If you take in CNC machine, so CNC machine is machining is happening in control inside a container, inside a box, right? The control atmosphere is required. And similarly, most important thing is you need to have power. So we need to require electricity is required. So all these things are required for good machining process. So with this only machining can be possible. And this machining is producing a product or nothing but an object. So finally you're going to get an object, and this object normally you use to, once the object is ready, you need to check the object, you need to inspect the object. So it's called as analysis. If object is fine, you can finally approve it. If object is not good, again you need to do some kind of correction. Again, you need to send back on the machine, and again you need to do it. Repeat the process again. Like similarly, whatever you have done in your fitting. So every time when your filing is done, you used to remove that workpiece and you need to check it using a tri-square, right? To check whether your surface is flat or not, whether the surface is straight, it is filed or not. You check it, right? So similar kind of operation has to be done every machining process. So these are the basic rough sketch of machining process. The blank and cutting tool are properly mounted. So this is explained about in below. The cutting and this tool, so whatever is there, this blank and cutting tool. Blank is nothing but workpiece, and cutting tool are properly mounted and fixed in the workpiece. And then you need to apply a power. By giving a power, you start rotating that particular workpiece or maybe tool. So powerful device called a machine tool enable gradual removal of layers. So here always we need to remove the material gradually. So smallest thickness of layers only we are removing. We are not going to go for lump of material is removed, right? Most of the machining process, the layer of material from the work surface resulting in the desired dimension as well as the desired surface finish, right? So additionally, some environment called cutting fluid is generally used to ease the machining by cooling and lubrication. So sometimes, normally for general purpose, whatever we are using in our college, we don't have any lubrication. But if you're doing for in industry, maybe you can see, going for any time industrial visit, you can see whenever using a lathe, whenever using a milling machine, there is a supply of lubricant is always there. So lubricant are nothing but coolant. So that is reduce the temperature as well as removing the friction between the cutting tool and workpiece. So these things are required. So this process is called as a machining process. So I want all students to note down this diagram. So if somebody is asking you what is the machining, maybe you can draw this diagram. If it is asking for 5 marks, if it is asking for 2 marks, is fine. You can write your definition, that is sufficient. So please note down everybody. So this will be my last slide. So with this, I am stopping my today's class. It's almost 1:50.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
What questions are to be expected from this machine tool, sir?
What kind of questions? Every kind of whatever things we discuss, anything may come. Properties of material, different material types of material like high speed steel. So different things are there. Whatever we discussed today. So these are the important questions may come. And basic properties of cutting tool. So basic properties of cutting tool, materials of cutting tool, high speed steel, high carbon steel, diamonds, all these things will come in from this today's discussion. Any question may come from in your exam.
Okay,
right?
sir.
And my important suggestions to you. Good, you need to prepare for exam point of view, well and good. You need to clear your subject. In addition to clear your subject, please clear in the concept. Exam के point of view में पढ़िए, बहुत अच्छा है, university exam लिखना है. But university exam is not the final for you. Please remember, even first class में बोला था मैं. So you need to clear the concepts. जो concept है उसको clear करिए. Exam तो ऐसे पास हो जाते हैं आप. तो एग्जाम पास होने का मेन क्या है, आप फ्यूचर में आप जब जॉब इंटरव्यू को जाएंगे या फिर कभी कहीं आप जॉब करेंगे तो व्हाटएवर थिंग्स यू लर्न फ्रॉम दिस हैज टू बी यूजफुल देयर. अगर यूज नहीं हो रहा वहां पर तो देन देयर इज नो यूज, नो फन फॉर यू टू लर्न, राइट? यस, नाउ द क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन. समबडी हैविंग सम क्वेश्चंस, प्लीज आस्क मी.
Sir, what kind of metal is taken for making sword, sir? Sword, talwar.
Sword normally used to use high speed steel. So sword also is a cutting tool only, right? Normally using high speed steel.
Yes, sir.
High speed steel is using for swords. Even high carbon steels also people used to use, because normally swords are depending upon application. Previously, whatever the olden days, whatever the kings are using for swords, so those swords are used to defend themselves from animals or maybe from other people. So in that case, the flesh or bones, whatever is there, it's not that much hard. So high carbon steel is sufficient. But now whatever the swords are using, not only for defense purpose, even to cut the metal also. So in that case, mostly swords, nowadays swords are using made of high speed steels.
Okay, sir. Okay.
If you see our Nizams, maybe how many know that we have a gun foundry in Hyderabad?
Yes, sir. I know, sir.
Gun foundry कहाँ है? Abbots के पास है ना gun foundry. Gun foundry में क्या बनाते थे? निजाम के जमाने में गन फॉन्ट में यही बनाते थे, अम्लेशन मतलब डिफेंस इक्विपमेंट बनाते थे, गन्स,
हाँ
स्वॉर्ड्स,
सर,
ये पूरे बनाते थे. नॉर्मली
एमुलेशन बनता था.
yes, so normally they used to call it as steel, whether it's high carbon steel, high speed steel, they not mention, but they tell that swords are made of steel. स्टील को उर्दू में क्या बोलते हैं? स्टील को उर्दू में क्या बोलते हैं? तुमको उर्दू आती ना यहाँ पर?
चीनी बोलते हैं, नहीं बोलते हैं.
क्या बोलते हैं? स्टील बोलते हैं?
नहीं.
क्या बोलते हैं? लोहा किसको बोलते हैं?
लोहा आयरन को बोलते हैं सर.
किसको बोलते हैं?
आयरन सर,
आयरन को बोलते हैं. फिर स्टील किसको बोलते हैं?
फौलाद बोलते शायद ना सर.
फौलाद बोलते हैं. यस, फौलाद लोहे से स्ट्रांग रहता, तो इसे फौलाद से बनाते. तलवार जो है फौलाद से बनते, लोहे से नहीं बनता.
फौलाद की तलवार बोल के बता देखो सर.
ठीक है. एनी अदर क्वेश्चंस? Some from this subject, no questions, right? So, but next week, when next class, before starting the class, I will ask you the question. So, this definition, all these things you can see in the next class. So, I will ask the question.
Okay,
Please,
sir. Thank
whatever
you.
that we discussed, especially material property.